Good evening, Team Lifetree. We are very excited tonight. We're always excited every Monday night when we have our team Zoom, and it's always great to see everybody. This is Julie White from Mansfield, Pennsylvania, and we have people from all over on here. And we're really, really excited tonight because one of our own family members who we love, Cynthia Bryan, has had a lot of success this year. And so she is going to give away her secrets to us tonight. She's going to share her strategies with us. And Cynthia describes herself as something I can very much relate to, a health nut. I've been accused also, Cynthia, of being a health nut many times. She's an executive pastor and she has two engineering degrees. And she's been a homeschool mom and she's got a great husband and lots of great things to share with us tonight. And we only have till the top of the hour because at the top of the hour, we have another training, and you can find the link to that training in Team Lifetree and Signal and a variety of places on your Monday Momentum email. You don't want to miss the corporate training at the top of the hour. So, Cynthia, I'm just going to turn the time over to you so we can just get as much info as we can. Thank you so much, Cynthia. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to get to share. And it was really good for me to go through and just think through the process and strategies and stuff. It helped encourage me. So if this doesn't help anybody else, it helped me to put this together. Um, and I'm so thankful that someone shared LifeVantage with me 2.5 years ago. And it's been such a blessing to my life. And I have started off basically just loving the products. And I was just wanting the discount. I'm going to get my family on it and invite a few friends. And then I thought, well, more people need to know about it. I'll tell some more people. And it took a while before I understood how the business was actually one of the things LifeVantage offers that is so powerful and so important to share with people. And so I was thinking through, a lot of the success that I had this year was in the early part of the year when I was super focused on the incentive trip, the Alaska trip, and January, February, March were the last days to be able to qualify for the trip. And I can tend to procrastinate and I need accountability. And so this was super helpful for me to see what I had to do and it's things that I should have done anyway just because, the benefits from the business are good enough, are remarkable that I shouldn't really need to have the extra incentive. But the incentive motivated me to set a deadline for myself that it wasn't, I'm going to do it someday or I'm going to do it in the future. I need to do it right now. And so, as the company offers incentives, I encourage you to take advantage, even if you have to play mind games with yourself, take advantage of those incentives to motivate yourself to do what you need to be doing. And so, um, my I've got three M's. I'm an executive pastor. I don't get to preach a lot, but I like having, like my points. And so tonight it's motivation first, and then mindset, map, and movement. So I've got four M's: motivation, mindset, map, and movement. So first was motivation. Know your why. Remember why you got into this. Why do you want to increase in the business? Who are you working for? Why do you want to build this? Is it for your family? Is it for do you need finances right now? Do you need health right now? Is it for financial security in the future? Do you want to be more generous? Do you want to help your children? Do you want to have a second significant income stream? Do you want to be able to uh, leave another job? Um, and or do you want to earn a trip? And so, in addition to getting that income, so figure out what motivates you. And I think we all are motivated by different things. And if you're a parent, you probably have spent some time thinking about what motivates people, like your children. If you're married, you've probably thought about what motivates your spouse. And well, think about what motivates yourself and put those things in place so you can stay motivated. Um, the the second thing is mindset, and that is so important, to know that you can do this, to get past the what ifs and the worry or the fear, and act like you already have it together. Act like you already are the person you want to become. Um, if you're worried about what someone thinks, go ahead and do it, even though you're worried. I don't know how many times I have typed out a text or wanted to make a phone call, and I would have to count down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send, like, because it just felt like such a big deal to be able to message this person or to call somebody. But each time there is just this satisfaction of, okay, I did it. No matter what the result is, I did what I know I needed to do. Um, you can do it. You can do it afraid. Everybody on the call, everybody who listens to this, you are able to do the things you know to do. And people want to hear from you. You all have experience. Um, you all know about the products. You all know about what we have to offer, and there are people who need to hear it. So keep reminding yourself of why you do this. And I think most of us on the call are believers in Jesus, and we have his love and his compassion in us, and we need to just let that out, like, not be worried about what someone else might think, but truly, what do we have that would help the person in front of us? And let's just be open and share what we need to share. um, Jackie Shepherd uh, has said this a few times. I'm not sure I'm going to get the quote exactly right, but it's something like this: if I knew about something that could improve your life but didn't tell you, what kind of person would I be? And so that's something that just really encouraged me. Like, I need to be vocal, I need to be talking to people. And that really helps me, helps my mindset to be like, I am a person with a message. I have something to say that others need to hear. And we all do. We all have something to say, something to share that others need to hear. And we need to be able to speak and get that out. Um, and I I just want to encourage y'all with the mindset. It seems like it's a minor thing, but if you can just encourage yourself with what you know is true about yourself, what does the Lord say about you? You know, what's the truth? Ignore the lies that come into your head, identify those lies and let them go, and hold on to what the truth is. And then the third thing is map. Like, you want to have a plan. So when you're looking at what you want to achieve, where you want to go, map it out. How can you get there? With the incentive trips and all that, they make it really clear your points and how to get to the points. Figure it out. If you don't understand how that works, talk to somebody, call even customer support, consultant support. They will get you to the right place and help you figure out what you need to do to get there. And when you're working toward a goal, I'm going to tell you some of the things I did for planning. So this is going to be a little bigger section for planning and strategy. And let's see. one of the things that I did that really helped me was making a list for each month, and I'm still doing that. So, um, like at the beginning of the month or the last day of the previous month, I'll make my list for the next month, and it's just a note in my phone. I use OneNote, but it could just be in the notepad section of your phone. It's just a new note. At the top of the list, I'll put like at my hot list. And these are the people who have already said they're interested. Um, or I think they're really interested, and I think they're close to making a decision to either become a customer or a consultant. And so I'll list those names at the top so I don't forget, and I can keep checking back with them and keep sending them more information. And then I'll list people who I think would be interested, but I don't know for sure. That's my next list. And then I have a long list at the bottom of just people that um, might be interested. I may not have contacted them in the past, but they're in my heart, right then. And so this has really helped me to redo this list every month, because there's some people that I would forget about, but when I read through my list of the previous month, I'm like, oh yeah, they responded. They were on that Zoom call, but I never heard back from them. And so I'll put them closer to the top of the list the next month to follow up with. But I look at that list at least once a week, and usually several times a week, just to make sure I'm following up with the ones that were interested. Um, One thing that was super helpful was having consistent meetings, and to keep inviting people to the meetings. Um, it helped me to have in-person meetings in my house combined with a Zoom meeting. I had so many people on our team, um, like Julie and David and Lena and Krista do Zoom meetings for me, but I invited people into my house at the same time. So I hooked my laptop up to my TV, and the people in my living room would see the screen on my TV, and I would be sitting off to the side at my laptop, so the people that joined on Zoom would see my face. And the thing that helped me be able to do that is I had other people locally that could be in the room with me to greet the guests in the room. So Jody Russell and Carla Joy live close to me. And so they were, usually at least one of them was able to be there in person and kind of take care of my guests while I was on the Zoom call. And I found that if someone came in my house, there was a 90% chance they're going to either order or enroll if I could get them in the house. So that was really helpful. If they got on the Zoom call, it might be 50-50. But if they were in the house, it was a lot higher. So that was something that was really helpful. At the time, I was really focused on customer sales and not so much on consultant enrollment, because that was what the incentive, part of the incentive that I needed to get those points. And so having meetings that were about certain topics were super helpful, because there are different people who would be interested in cognitive health or gut health or weight loss, or ADHD, or just all those things. So having a different topic each week was super helpful and would draw people in, because there would be something that they were concerned about. But the consistency of the meetings was really helpful. I was doing a meeting once a week for 8 to 10 weeks, and that rhythm was really helpful. I am not super big about posting on Facebook, but I do connect with people on Facebook. So when I do post, people notice it. And so that just works for me. I'm also, in my role as a pastor, I want my Facebook presence. I'm really connected with the people in my church. I just want some balance there. And so when I did have meetings, I would post it on Facebook, like 2 days before. And I would do a Facebook Live just saying, hey, I'm doing this. I would make it super short and to the point. Um, and people would respond to that. So I did get a good bit of engagement. People either seeing something on Facebook and messaging me and saying, hey, what's this about? And that way I could put them on my hot list. Like they asked. So they want more information. Um, and so Facebook ended up helping. Facebook Live seems to get more people's attention than other things, and stories are great too. I rarely mentioned the actual name of a product or the name of the company, because I wanted people to reach out to me if they were curious, and I wanted to be the first one to tell them about it. I didn't want them to go find out what some nut who doesn't know about LifeVantage said about it on some blog, so I want them to come to me. And I did a lot of personal text. That is the way I communicated about the meetings. And I would always start with the person's name. Alicia, hi. There's something I think you would want to know about. This is coming up. If I knew anything about them, I would tell them why I'm texting. I know you're really into natural health, so I thought you would want to hear this. I know we talked about ADHD. Here's this. I know you're taking care of your parents. Maybe they have cognitive decline. And so we're having this meeting about I wouldn't say cognitive decline. I would say, hey, I was thinking about you. I know you're taking care of your parents. We're having a meeting about cognitive decline on Thursday. Thought you might be interested. I would use the things I knew about them to as an inroad to invite them. But if I didn't know anything, I would just say, don't know if you'd be interested, but I'm having this, wanted to invite you to come. And I would just send out, just tons of text. Probably 80 texts or more a week to invite to a meeting. And that takes a lot of time. I haven't figured out an automated system that will put the name in there for me. I know there's stuff out there like that, but I also wanted it to sound like a personal text, and I wasn't sure I could do that and still make it sound personal. So what I would do, I'm a night owl more than a morning person. So I would stay up at night and text people and schedule it to message them at 8:30 the next morning. So I'm like, some nights I'm at midnight texting people and scheduling it to send at 8:30. Because when morning starts, I've got a big family, a lot going on, and I wouldn't get those texts out. If they have an Android phone, that was a little more challenging. I would put my phone on airplane mode. I'd text the message, I'd hit send, and it would give me an error. And then so I would end up with, maybe 10 texts that are all errors on my phone. And the next morning, I would go back like at 8 o'clock or 8:30 and just resend those messages that I'd already typed out. And so that was the way I got around, like texting people at a normal time of the day. Right. There's a danger in that. Occasionally I would forget to do the schedule, and I'd hit send, and I would actually send a text at midnight. And so then I had to apologize the next day. But there is a risk. Let's see. So, and I would just keep inviting people. I wouldn't invite them week after week if I didn't hear anything, but like if a month went by, I'd invite them again. And there's still some people that, maybe every 3 months I'll send an invitation and just see if they tell me they're not interested, I won't do it. Most people say, I can't do this right now, and I've had maybe one person say, I don't want to hear about this at all. Most people, it's like a time thing, or they're too busy. And so I just reach out to them in about a couple of weeks or a couple of months later. just wanted to encourage y'all to keep inviting. Um, Last week, Debbie had a meeting on Thursday night. She hosted a great meeting and I invited people to it. I texted a lot of people. I treated it like it was my own Zoom meeting. And so I was inviting people to join me because I am going to be on the call and they'll see my face because I'm on the Zoom call too. And just join me in hearing from David and Lena Meissner. And I had, I don't know how many texts I sent out, 30 or 40. I had 10 people say they were going to join us. Um, 4 people actually, of those 10 actually got on the call, I think. But then I have 6 who responded, so I know they were interested, even if they weren't able to join. So I can follow up with them and see what they were interested if they would like to watch the video or if I could get them on a phone call with me and Lena or, or David or one of the speakers. And so so it's not a loss if someone said they were going to come and they didn't come. You at least know they're interested. And I think we all know, don't send the Zoom link in the invitation. Ask them to respond to you to get the Zoom link. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known those 6 were even interested because they just would have not shown up. Okay, and then the last of the 4 points, let's say I've talked about motivation, mindset, map, and movement. Like keep doing it. Like just keep doing the actions you know you need to do. Keep connecting with people. It's all about relationships. Um, I normally don't send a message to someone I haven't talked to in a year about the business or the products. I will just say, hey, thinking about you. How are you and your kids? Or whatever I know about them. And I'm real slow to talk about products or the business. I'll connect with them. I'll wait another month. They'll come to my mind again and I'll follow up. And then later I will tell them about the product or whatever I think might be interested in. But it's been really fun for me to reconnect with people that I hadn't talked to in years. And so an added benefit of this whole thing is that I've connected with high school friends and college friends and former coworkers. And some of them I still haven't mentioned LifeVantage to, but I'm just rebuilding that relationship. And then, I will share with them. Um, I I really like texting. Phone calls are good, but they take so long. Um, and and I end up telling more about the business and the products than I intend to. And so I've learned that for me, I need to text them and set up a time to talk with them. And I'll say, do you have 20 minutes? And if I have 20 minutes, then I can tell them everything. But in 5, I tend to just tell them enough that they think they know everything and they're not interested. And so I need to have longer to really explain what we have. Let's see. And something else that was helpful is if there's a meeting, like there's a meeting coming up on ADHD this Thursday night that Jackie Shepherd is going to do for us. And so great time to invite people. What I've done in the past is I'll go to Facebook and I will search ADHD and then I'll say, I want to see when it's mentioned from posts from people I know, from my friends. And so it'll bring up all the posts that my friends have used the word or the letters ADHD. And then I can go through and go, oh, her son deals with ADHD. Oh, she deals with ADHD. Or she posted something about relating to someone with ADHD. And so then I can send messages specifically to them about this. So you can use the Facebook search to find people that might be interested in what we're doing. And so that wraps it up. I'm super happy to be able to share with y'all. And feel free to keep me accountable to what I've shared. You should do. that I want to do as well, more consistently. And so I will appreciate y'all let me share.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. That was really incredible. I really love like just so many things that you said, and what I really see here is a lot of consistency and consistent work, which is, really what it takes to build this business. I love how you sent out 80 texts to invite people to a Zoom. That is huge because I think a lot of people invite one or two people and then, they expect them to be there, but it's like you said, it's like a numbers game. I remember I'll always remember Carrie Dickey saying, it's like you have a bag of M&Ms, 250 M&Ms, and you have to find 40 blue ones or something like that, so it takes, doing what you said, contacting a large number of people to find the few that are going to be interested and want to do this with you. So you said so many really great things, and just your consistency to, have a meeting a week, a Zoom meeting, and people in your home. And that was also interesting, the percentages of, how many people, the success rate with people in your home compared to on Zoom. That was also interesting. So thank you so much. I think that we're going to have to go here in a minute. Um, so another time, could we answer the questions in the chat? Okay, that sounds good. 'Cause I guess we don't really have time now, do we? The Facebook search, as people are interested to know exactly how you do the Facebook search. Could you tell us that real quick, or is it complex?
Let me answer the first question. If you have an iPhone and you text them and it shows up blue, that means they also have an iPhone and you can do the time text. If you have an iPhone and it shows up green, then that means they have an Android and you won't be able to do the time text for them. The Facebook search, I only know how to do this on a laptop, like not on my phone. But if you go to just where you would search for a friend, like the main search bar, I think it will show up. There'll be some options under that, like you type in ADHD and hit enter. I think there's a bar that shows up in the left where you can refine the search and say you want post and from people you know. But I will go back and look at that, and I could post something in Signal.
That
Okay,
is
thank you.
gold, Cynthia. Thank you so much for sharing those tips.
Yeah, it was great, really great. Okay, well, we're gonna sign off, but next week we have a presentation with Candy Kreselek who's doing it. So that's an opportunity to invite people. And then the last week of the month, we are having people share from the Dallas Academy. So, all right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. It was great to see you all. And thank you, Cynthia. That was fantastic. We really appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you so much, Julie. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.